A final question is in relation to scams and fraudulent
Sure,
concerns. The issues being raised about complaints and concerns that financial institutions
sure.
are abusing their bargaining powers to pressure consumers into foreclosures.
Hmm.
If you can highlight what you have found out through your investigations.
Sure. So what we did is we started receiving some complaints and very worrying complaints. I'll give you some examples. There was one instance where this particular developer had a dispute with the other partner. This particular business that had taken a loan from a commercial bank, I mean from a bank, had defaults. So say you had defaults in your loan, and then you come to me as a banker, and instead of saying, look, you have defaulted, we need to foreclose, we need to look at other parties, we need to do this and that, uh, the bank decided to allow you to create another entity and then issue you another loan to be able to make the deal go their way, which of course affected some parties because it was done under all closed doors. And we noticed instances which were rather concerning. We have not formed an opinion on them, but it's rather concerning. There's another instance where we've had complaints from a particular developer. He said it's a 15 to 20 million project that he was developing. He went to a bank to get about $2 million of loan, and he had given 21 lots out of the 30 something lots to the bank as security. Somebody in the bank forgot to register his security. Eventually he claims that somebody picked up his signature from a 2008 form, attached it with a 2017 document, and went to the titles office and got all the titles. So those are very some concerning issues of fraudulent activities, especially in the banking sector. It's quite strange. We've got another complaint, and this is from a lay consumer. He had a piece of land that he wanted to buy, went to a commercial bank. The bank, through its own internal valuers, had valued the land to 150,000, gave him a loan of 100,000 to buy the particular land. He bought that land, lost his job, was unable to pay for it. Bank came in to foreclose, did another valuation. The value dropped to 85,000, and they were trying to sell it to somebody. So the question is, how can the valuation drop? We all know land is an appreciating asset. How is it that it's dropping? So because this is in different, a few different organizations, it's really come as a very, area of big concern for us. How many Fijians have lost their homes, have lost their properties, have lost their investments as a result of bank foreclosure? And if the allegations by these complainants that we have currently is true, then seems to be a high degree of collusion between the bankers, the lawyers, and some other people in the market to be able to, when properties come out, there's already a buyer, right? And this is not me, these are the complainants telling me that a buyer is already arranged by somebody in the bank, and they go hard and they foreclose you, or they'll continue to increase your variable interest until you can no longer pay, and then you get out of the market. So we've received a total of 4 to 5 complaints around this. So given that we strongly condemn any of this predatory practice, what we are doing is we are going to be opening up a platform, and we are asking for all Fijians that have been aggrieved in the last 5 years or so. If you've lost your property due to foreclosure, if you've lost your property because the bank has sold it off to somebody, and you feel that there has been some issues that you want the FCCC to look at, we are going to go back the last 5 years and look at all foreclosures that had happened in the market and find out what has actually happened in the bank. And that itself will be a report on its own. And with the announcement of the financial ombudsman coming in, I think it will be quite, I think government sees the same thing that we see in the market, and we are hoping to then support the office of the financial ombudsman by providing them this market information to say, this is what we think the state of the market has been when it's come to foreclosing. So we want to know, if somebody's house got foreclosed, if the banks got in your house, put it out in mortgage sale, who bought these houses? At what prices did they buy it? Was the tender done correctly? Then there's another area where real estate agents are calling tenders as well. We're going to look at that as well. We don't want any degree of manipulation in pricing to happen, because as it is, the complaint suggests that there is a cabal of people that seem to predetermine where the properties will go, who will buy and who will not buy. Now these are very serious allegations. We will take it with a pinch of salt. We are not forming any opinion, not creating any biases, but those allegations are quite concerning, and so to ensure that we get the correct picture, we will be launching an inquiry into the financial services sector as well, looking at this specifically.